Welcome to the Pesky Report, a podcast for Red Sox fans. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Pesky Report. This is episode number 183, brought to you by Belly Up Sports Media. My name is Brad Chandler. With me tonight, I have Tim and Doink. How are we doing?
Doing great.
Great. Season's over.
Coming off a sweep. We're getting hot at the right time.
World Series on.
It's the Easton McGee era. Our season is saved.
How ironic is it that they end the season getting swept and then sweeping a team? Not only just a team, but a team in the AL East too.
They didn't listen to us properly. We
Yeah.
said, "Oh yeah, sweep from here on out. We can finish at 500." They only took partial advice there, which
they took
was
half
less
the
than
advice.
optimal.
Yeah, whatever. This season really was dog shit. It was riddled by injuries and whatnot. So whatever. It's finally over. Now we get to sit back. We get to wait and find out what's going to happen with Bogey. I can't believe there's actually people who are suggesting that we bring JD back after the dog shit season.
A lot of people.
He's had.
A lot of people were like, "Oh, he definitely made some adjustments." Yeah. After 20th.
And what was that?
Finding his power stroke all of a sudden? I don't know.
Didn't hear a fucking thing you just said.
Oh, you didn't?
No, you were breaking up. You were like R2D2 there for a minute.
That's not good. My internet should be okay. Well, people are saying that JD's making adjustments when it's post September 15th. That's not gonna fly.
I'm sorry. You and I talked about it the last time we were on, and Coors seems like a good place for him to go. Hit 63 bombs over there just to piss Maris off. We'll talk about that as well. Other things that we need to talk about outside of Bogey, JD, Eovaldi, Hill, all these other guys that are getting ready to leave. Hopefully,
Bobby Dahlbeck.
I do want to talk about Eckersley.
Oh, of course.
So let's actually start it off. Let's start talking about Eckersley. A year ago today was the last time we got to see Jerry Remy. He threw out the first pitch at the wild card game against New York. He threw it to Ecks. That was the last time we got to see him. 1 year later is Eckersley's very last game in the booth. I didn't realize how much I loved Eckersley, because I think you and I talked about it the last time as well. It's I didn't like him at first.
Yeah.
It took me a year or two to get used to him, and once I got used to him, it was just damn, this guy, I love this guy. Put him on every game, So, what are your feelings?
Kind of snuck up on you. It was we knew he was leaving. We didn't know. I mean, we found out he was going to retire, a month ago?
I think it was a month or two. I think it was 2 months ago.
Yeah, it was 2 months ago.
Just this last homestand, it started to sneak up on you. You're like, oh, wait, fuck. I'm not going to hear someone call a strikeout looking a pair of shoes ever again, unless someone decides to adopt that. That would be cool. That's my favorite.
Dave O'Brien said that he's going to adopt it. And
that's my favorite Ecks. Can we do favorite Eckisms? Because that's by far mine.
That's definitely the best.
Time to party is mine.
Time to party is good. And we got a final time to party. So that's fun. We got one yesterday.
The time to party one that I will never forget is the Mookie one.
Yeah. Time to party is so specific too. It's you don't really get that one a lot. It's for everyone that for some reason, if you don't know what time to party is, it's like bases loaded, full count, 2 outs, right?
Right.
That's the full. It's like that's a rare one that we only get every now and then.
Oh shit! They're letting everybody out on the field.
Oh, I think that was part of the whole like thing
The
today.
promotion.
Is they're like you can literally do whatever you want.
Tickets are dirt cheap. Come and
You
do whatever
can-
you want.
They were $22 for the Monster standing room,
I would've done
and
it.
I
would have done it.
I actually got permission from my boss yesterday. He's like, you could take a half day, whatever. I know, tickets are really cheap, blah, blah, blah. So if you want to take a half day, you can. And it was pretty cool of him to say that because of the fact that like he usually likes a week notice or whatever. But my favorite Eckism definitely is time to party. And my favorite time that he used it was the Mookie Betts one. When Mookie, he fucking went nuts after he hit the grand slam. The other one that I like, Pair of Shoes is good.
They had
Gas Masterson.
They had the little graphic on the broadcast today with all of them, which I really liked. Just like
Yeah.
love has, like,
there you go, sounding like R2D2 again.
We've all been doing it so far, I think.
What, we all sound like R2D2?
Yeah, I got a couple R2D2 moments from you too.
Oh, fuck.
I think like everyone's internet is just like collectively crapping right now.
You got to rename this episode to Star Wars.
I might. If it really is that bad, holy shit.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Well, Stat Masterson is legendary.
Yeah, Stat Masterson was
Alex Spear.
What's the Twitter account? The Actionary. I think
I like put the ranch on it. That's a good one.
That
Put the ranch on it is
it
so
actually
good.
is. I do like that one.
And I like some that you don't even realize are his sayings, like just to stay in shape is like something that like I've adopted into my own vernacular. Like I don't even realize that like that's something that's like specifically his. Yeah, there it is.
So we got Beast is drunk. I do like that one too. Cheese, Easy Cheese, Gas Masterson, Going Bridge, Going Yachi. I've never heard him say that.
I think he's done it in like calls before.
Hair, High Cheese, Johnson. Johnson's a good one.
Oh yeah.
Just to stay in shape. There you go. Moss paint.
Moss is a classic.
Yes. Pair of shoes. Put the ranch on it. Salad. I like salad too. Like that's the only time I will ever say I like salad. Splitster. Stat Masterson. But the definition is Boston Globe reporter Alex Spear.
Yeah, that's his.
And time to party. Full count, bases loaded, pitchers has to throw a strike.
Oh, okay, it doesn't have to be 2 outs, but still time to party.
Yeah.
I love it. He is just what you can only dream of in a color guy, and it's gonna be really weird.
That's impossible to replace. He's one of a kind.
We really lost all of our best color commentators. We lost Jerry last year. This year we lost Eck, and it's like I'm sure we thought about it like 20 years ago when Eck came on. It's like, oh, he's gonna, why is he here or whatever. We talked about like Maz and how he hasn't been as terrible as everybody thought he was going to be. I'm hoping. I think you and I talked about it. I'm hoping Middlebrooks comes back.
Middlebrooks, Uke, Monaco, like if this isn't a sign, like we said it a million times last week. It's like if this isn't your sign to like fully inject some new life into this booth and just like turn the page, just do it.
Give
Let
Brock
O
Holt an audition.
let OB go work for Fox or something. Like he'll be so good calling national games. He just doesn't like the Red Sox that much.
I don't. I shit on Obi a lot, and I don't. And it's because he's not enthusiastic towards his team. We had people like Jerry, we had people like Ecks who got super excited, and showed emotions and whatnot. The biggest problem with Obi is he doesn't have the emotions when it comes to calling the games. It's not like when there's a home run or whatever. It's not like when he's loud and whatnot, it's not that he's showing emotion. It's just like it feels forced.
Mm-hmm.
It's
like
like
you just don't know, you don't sense like the investment. It doesn't sound like you have like a personal investment.
I didn't hear you, and you're frozen.
Everyone died.
This is a fucking bad start.
Internet is good. Internet is killing it. My internet's been also really slow.
Spectrum sucks ass.
Yeah.
My internet's good too, so someone's lying here. but all right, so we all agree it sucks that Ecks leaving. All right, so let's talk about the gentleman who has an opt out, and he has a decision. We all believe that he's going to opt out, correct?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. And for everybody out there that's listening that doesn't know who we're talking about Xander Bogaerts. So, Tim, I know you hate Xander, and
oh my God! Just because I don't want someone on the team does not mean I hate them.
Nah, it does.
It kind of does. Like, you don't like Jeter down.
It also means you're happy because you want to take his best friend away. So, think about that.
I'm assuming you're talking about Rafi because you are breaking.
Yo, it's so
damn,
bad,
dude. What the fuck?
It has to be you because it's Tim's hearing it too. So,
man,
maybe restart.
I can leave. I forgot what I said.
You said something about I think you were talking about Devers.
Yeah, I said if you want them.
Oh, here we go again with that shit. Oh my God.
Round 10.
As soon as she was perfect up into that. Just restart your computer. See if that helps.
Restart my computer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we got Thunder Chicken in here. Yes, it's her feed.
Okay, hey, calm down.
Maybe you gotta just leave and come back. I don't know. There we go. What are your thoughts on Bogey? I know, all joking aside, I know you don't hate him or whatever. I mean, like, if he came back, would you hate it? If he doesn't come back, would you hate it?
If he comes back, I wouldn't hate it, but I wouldn't love it. I'd just be okay with it. If he leaves, I'd be happy for him because he's going to get a bag. I just don't think they should spend that much money on him when a guy like Trey Turner is also hitting the market, who fits Heim's MO. He's athletic, he's fast, he hits for contact, he's a great leadoff guy. He can play multiple positions.
I just don't see him leaving LA.
He wants to come to the East Coast.
Yeah, but money else. Like if the Dodgers laid out a bag and said, you can stay, and he says no, okay, whatever. I don't know. I think this fan base would go absolutely berserk if we do not bring Xander back.
Oh, no. I was literally just talking to somebody about it. I was like, part of the reason I want Ecks back is because I don't want to hear from the fan base about how we lost.
But you know what's going to end up happening is like if we bring Ecks back, people are going to bitch about how like, oh, we brought him back.
And we spent too much money.
And then when we don't bring Ecks back, it's going to be like, oh, you didn't bring him back.
Yep.
So, All right, doinks back. Let's see if her feed is all fixed now. Nope. She is buffering. Look at this. Holy hell.
Great.
Nope.
I could not be sitting closer to my router. I'm like,
Did you see that?
no.
You were buffering.
It's
Nice.
just a black circle.
It was just a
That's
black
what
circle buffering.
All right. I thought it wasn't just me because you guys are doing the same.
Yep, there you are, back with your R2D2 shit. This is the worst it's ever been for you.
I never have internet problems.
I know. That's why I'm saying this is the
And
worst
then
it's
all
ever
of
been.
a sudden, like the last week, my internet has been so bad.
Who do you have?
I have Spectrum.
No, Tim just said Spectrum sucks.
Dude,
Fucking
Spectrum's awful.
No free ads because they suck. Yeah.
I ain't gonna say who I have because then it just opens up a whole can of fucking worms.
Well,
It rhymes with rocks.
It rhymes with rocks.
I don't know what internet company you're talking about.
Check the fucking private.
Cox.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
That just opens up a whole.
you're allowed to say that. It's a word.
I know, but I was like, I don't want to say it because it's gonna open up.
And look at what happened.
It opened like a set of legs.
Anyways, if you want to take Xander away from Rafi, then that means that you hate him too.
Doink, when I spoke about this, you called me crazy.
He thinks Trey Turner is gonna come over here.
Trey Turner doesn't give a fuck about Boston.
A middle infield of Trevor Story and Trey Turner. It's gonna happen.
Middle infield of Xander Bogaerts and Story has already happened. And Story has already,
It's awesome.
It was awesome. It's maybe we can sign Trey Turner for second base because we know Story's gonna get hurt.
Don't put that juju on him.
No,
I mean, I
he's
didn't
gonna be
have
great
to.
next
It
year.
already happened.
He's gonna take his superhuman medicine so that he never gets hurt, and he'll be fine.
He's gonna take his steroids like Aaron Judge did.
Yep.
Isn't it kind of odd that Judge didn't spend any time on the injured list this year?
Not at all.
I don't think he was injured once.
Interesting. Historically,
Jesus fucking Christ! Fuck you, Spectrum.
Okay.
I'll
Your
probably
internet
black
is
out at any
fucking
moment.
terrible. I'm just gonna
I can
sit here and
go.
talk to myself. I guess you two are gonna have fucking terrible internet the entire.
I mean, I
fucking
think
time.
screaming about it every time it gets bad might be worse.
All right, so JD's gone. Had a hell of a game. 2 home runs. First two dingers in a game all season. He waited until game 162 of the 2022 season. Fantastic. Thank you, JD. Thank you for 2018. Thank you for 2021.
Good luck in Colorado.
Good luck in Colorado or in Worcester, wherever.
No, not in our organization, please.
He signs a minor league contract.
Like, respectfully, not in my organization. With the most love in my heart.
Good luck in New York. Enjoy the Mets.
They're not gonna. No. No.
He's gonna go play for the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. So JD's probably gone. Rich Hill, we talked about that. I would love to have him come back as a setup guy, as a relief pitcher, something in that sense. I know that I made a post about it after we talked, and a lot of people there was a couple of people that were just like, nope, no thank you. Do not want him at all, blah, 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 blah. But literally, we made the most sense of the situation. You know, Bayo throwing 97 plus for 5 innings. Then you have Hill Dick Mountain coming in, and he's throwing 76-mile-per-hour curveballs. Like, fuck you. That would work. Well, Who else? Evaldi. Do you think that they're going to send? That they're going to give Evaldi a qualifying offer?
I have no idea who's getting QO at this point. Like that QO could go to literally anyone.
Um,
I think he might be back. I think they'd QO him. It makes sense.
what's the QO? 19?
18.
18?
18. Maybe it's 18 and change. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know.
like 18.3.
For a pitcher, but that's the problem. Is like JD kind of is like the only one that makes sense, but
Oh
that doesn't
yeah,
make sense.
Bogey just pretty much confirmed he's opting out.
What do you
What do you
say?
say?
So Alex Spear was talking to him, and he asked him about if this could be his last chapter with the Red Sox. He said, "You would hope not. That is all I know, but this is the business part of it."
Yeah, and he deserves more money than his option is, so I think he's just ready to talk. I think he's ready to talk. He wants to stay.
Isn't his AAV like 20 million right now?
Yeah,
So what's he deserve? Like 2 million more?
I'd give him 5.
I'd give him
6.
5 more. Yeah. Not my money.
I wouldn't be opposed to that. I just don't want anywhere near 30.
I
I'd
don't
go
think
as
he
high
gets
as
anywhere near.
I'd go as high as like 27, but that's cut off. Nothing else
Yeah.
after that. I'd put incentives in there too, though.
I think he would be okay with 25 or like 27 being the cap.
I just think incentives should be a part of it.
Yeah.
It's like if we're seeing all these players signing contracts. Who was it? J Rod, I believe, just signed a wicked incentive based contract, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
And Michael Harris.
So I mean, we take note. That's what we need to do, and that's what needs to happen. We want to bring him back. Got to lay it out. Honestly, we need to. Xander, Devers are 1 and 2, and like pitching is like 1B. You know, like so. Okay, Xander and Devers is 1A and 1B, and then pitching and everything else can go after that. You know, but make your decision. Do what you have to do. Um, it seems like Henry was there today, which you don't normally see him at the games and whatnot. Or if he is at the games, you don't see like the camera on him. So I have a feeling this is going to be a good offseason for the Red Sox. At least I'm hoping it's going to be. I try to stay optimistic when it comes to the team. So this last offseason wasn't all that great because we had the lockout and whatnot. So that was bullshit. So
I
but we
don't know
talk.
how you don't just like go absolutely crazy on the pitching staff.
I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but I'm okay with spending no money on the bullpen. They're so volatile, that's not worth the investment.
Okay, wait. No money or like no changes?
No, like obviously, if you could trade for somebody, trade for somebody. But I don't want to spend a bunch of money on a bullpen arm because they're so volatile. Like I don't want them to go after Edwin Diaz. Like that would be cool.
Oh no, I don't want
But
it.
that's way too much money.
What's his brother's name?
Alexis Diaz.
Yeah, Ecks was talking about that. He was like, "What about that Diaz guy? He's in New York. He's got a brother. He's cheaper. He's good." And OB's like, "Yeah, as long as he can give you 40 saves a season." And Ecks like, easier said than done. I mean, it is, but
Like obviously spend money, but I'm not talking like over a third of payroll.
I think there's like mid-level arms that you can get that aren't that expensive but still crazy good.
I so much. Our friends over at Fired Up, they're Philly fans. I said I really hope this isn't Xander's last game as a member of the Red Sox. And they put up Dr. Evil doing the. And I'm like, fuck you.
Phillies are gonna get bounced.
I said, oh, fuck off. So, yeah, they are. And man, someone posted up the other day that Renfroe and Schwarber both have like 70 fucking home runs combined together.
Yeah, how many strikeouts? Because I know that Kyle Schwarber is close to leading the league.
What's their on base
it's
percentage?
So fucking weird, right? Because wasn't he known as like a guy
Master of the zone? Like
right.
he got Phillied. They turned him into a Philly.
Yeah, he's leading the league. I think he's actually leading all major leagues with 199 strikeouts.
That's what I said. Yeah,
his on base percentage is 324.
Disgusting. That's disgusting.
But he does have 46 home runs.
Whatever.
But here, the other thing is like he's got 46 home runs, but he's only got 94 RBIs.
Yeah,
he's hitting garbage home runs,
especially for a team that gets on base as much as the Phillies. That's crazy.
I like the way Thunder Chicken thinks. I'm just looking at the comments. They said go for Rodon. I would love that.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
I would absolutely love it. Thunder Chicken was. People use your own names. Thunder Chicken. Yeah, so Renfroe's got 29. He's got a 315 on base percentage, and he's only got 72 RBIs.
Don't care.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have saved us.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
It's Craig. I was like, who the fuck is Thunder Chicken? Ohio Red Sox. Fucking. So, well, we got the. So we already talked about JD. We already talked about Ecks. We talked about Sander. Talked about Rich Hill before. Who do we want to talk about next?
Bobby Dahlbeck.
Brian Brazier going to the fucking Sun.
We don't need to talk about Bobby Dahlbeck.
Did you guys talk about Steven Vogt? Or how do you say his name?
Steven Vogt.
That was sick. Yeah. Love him.
Congratulations to him. I thought that was cute. I'll say it. I thought it was pretty cute that his kids called him up to the base, up to home plate.
It made me cry. I cried so much today.
The Eckersley thing kind of choked me up a little bit.
I mean, yeah, every time Eck got choked up, I got choked up. I cried at a lot of I teared up a little bit at Arise winning the batting title. That got me a little misty. Love that.
In all honesty, I'm happy that Arise won. I really wanted Judge to win the Triple Crown.
Yeah, whatever. Doesn't move me.
No, it's not because he's a Yankee or whatever. Fuck that, whatever. I want him to win so much awards that when he's a free agent, that's going to be like, hey, I need to get paid for this.
Yeah.
I want him to get the fucking bag. I want the Yankees to give him $400 million. I know they're not going to. I don't think he'll get that. He'll probably get somewhere like 340 or whatever. But I want him to get.
I don't think the batting title matters at that point. When you hit 62, it's like that batting title is just like Triple Crown. That's cookies.
It's just crazy when you hit 62 and you still hit over 300.
That's impressive. Crazy. That is impressive. And while we're at it, obviously we're a Sox fan, but we're Sox fans and whatnot. But that's a pretty big feat. Congratulations to Judge and his accomplishment. But goddamn,
most home runs.
Fuck Roger Maris Jr. Oh, fuck. Can that guy just shut the fuck up?
He's gone. He's gone from our lives now.
I hope so, until somebody hits 63.
Well, why would he be in the conversation? It'll just be...
He'll be like, "Oh, it's close to my daddy's record."
He's got to shut up. You know, he has a whole clothing brand about like 6'1",
Of course he does. Why wouldn't he?
like or something. It's like
He has a clothing brand. Oh my god!
and
Fuck him.
it's all ugly. It's all so ugly. No, he's gone from my life forever.
It's called 61 Outfitters.
Yeah, whatever. Same thing.
It's home run hunting and fishing apparel.
It's so, and it's all just the most dog shit, ugliest shit you will ever see. He has like the map of Florida on shirts, and then it says like hunting 61. Who is that for? Who needs the
Yeah, it says home run fishing, and it's a map of Florida. Holy shit! This is fucking terrible. You're not lying. Maris 61 swing flag.
He's probably sold like 10 of those shirts. It's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing.
Home run hunting. Oh my god, dude! Did you? Oh, look at the inside of that hat.
Ew.
I've never seen that before.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh yeah, the America collection is great. He's got like stripes made out of like guns.
Wait, he's got. Oh my god, this guy's such a piece of shit. Fuck you. Like seriously. Oh my god, I cannot believe that this is actually a thing.
Yeah, and he keeps doing the whole like, oh, Judge has the clean record now. It's all about the clean record. Which I feel like is just disrespectful to Judge, because Judge has said the record is 73.
Wow.
Like, shut up, man. Just go away. You're free now.
I just found out today that Roger Maris didn't even hit 300 career home runs. I was like, what?
You know, he's not even in the Hall of Fame, because I just assumed he was.
You would assume with all the talk about him.
Dude isn't even in the Hall of Fame, and we're like crapping our pants over this.
I mean, neither is Barry Bonds.
But that's a whole different issue.
Yeah, that's writers being douchebags. There's literally no reason. Who was it? I got into it with my old foster family about the record, and they were like, "Oh, Judge just hit 62." I was like, "Great, that means absolutely fucking nothing." Yeah, I saw that. Garrett Cole's speech
last night. That was the most awkward thing ever. Like, he can't even talk to his own teammates.
I'm not even
but the Kermit fucking thing is amazing. I don't know who did that, but it's like, how do you fucking like, the production on that was great. But I was talking to them, and they sent me a message. They were like, "Oh, Judge hit 62." I was like, "Oh, cool. Let me know when he hits 74." And they were like, "What? Why 74?" I was like, "Cause the record's 73." And they were like, "Oh, who hit 73?" I was like, "Barry Bonds did." And they were like, "Oh, he used steroids." I was like, "So, are we just going to like erase all the records for anybody who used any type of drugs? Because then Henry Aaron used greenies." Like, fuck off with this. Like, Barry Bonds never tested positive.
And it was like allowed. Like, that was the steroid era. That's just what the era of baseball was. There's been eras the whole time.
There was an era where we had, was it 96 was the strike? Is that the year? Was it?
Yes.
Okay. So, and baseball needed something to put a jolt in it. And Sosa, McGuire, home run, going for the home run record, trying to beat Maris's record and whatnot. that brought a lot of attention. I know that brought me, like, I watched baseball casually then, but then, like, when the whole Sosa McGuire thing happened,
They
every time
saved
it was
baseball.
on TV, I watched it.
My
And
college professor. Oh, my bad, Brad.
No, go ahead.
My college professor was telling me that like she was like teaching class and she would casually put games on to watch the race like while it was happening.
That's cool. They saved baseball. They did a lot for the sport. It's like, sorry, they did what they were allowed to do, and then when they weren't allowed to do it, they stopped. Like,
Right. I mean, who was it? I think it was the Foster parents. They mentioned, if you think Bond should be in the Hall of Fame, so should A-Rod, Clemens, this person and that person. I was like, you're 100% correct.
yes.
Like, these
I would
people.
love to know. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I would love to know what Roger Maris Jr. thinks about all of the World Series that the Yankees won during the steroid era. Does he think those are legitimate?
No.
Because that's interesting.
He overlooked that one.
Like, Greenies, even. How many World Series did they win with Greenies?
I have no idea what you said.
Oh, I was saying, how many World Series did the Yankees win with Greenies?
All of them in the 90s.
It's like, there's at least like 6 that we could consider illegitimate.
I wish I was alive for the steroid era.
Dude, it was the best. Not even gonna lie. Like, anybody who says that it put like a fucking damper on baseball can literally go get fucked. Like, steroid era fucking baseball was the best. Watching these guys, especially when it came to like McGuire and Sosa, it was, you had McGuire, Sosa, and Junior they were all going at the same time. Like, Junior, if he didn't get hurt, I think he would have beat both Sosa and McGuire. Yeah. He ended up getting hurt, and he ended up missing a lot of the season. So, but yeah, if you didn't know, fuck Roger Maris Jr.
Fuck him.
And fuck his clothing line. So, it's a sad day, everyone. It's really it's sad. It was the last game of the season. But holy shit, we won. we swept the Rays. Like, is that impressive?
Sounds good, Doink.
Yep,
oh man, I'm just gonna leave.
You were good for like 10 minutes. But try it again.
I was just saying it's good. It's good to it's good to sleep it when you can. Nope. All right.
Why is Benintendi trending on Twitter?
You think there'd be an uproar if they brought him back?
I don't want him back.
I'm not saying I do. I'm just saying, like, I think
it would be a terrible idea.
I feel like everyone would bitch after they bitched that they got rid of him.
I feel like we have Kike, we have Verdugo, and there's word on the street that Cedon is most likely going to be up at some point next year.
Damn.
Cedon up next year?
Yeah.
I'd lose my shit.
I mean, there's only talks. It's not talks like people were having with Casas, so I wouldn't put too much stock into that.
Don't plan around it.
I don't know what it is. I mean, if you feel the need to.
Spectrum.
just don't know what's going on.
You can listen to the episode tomorrow, and you can hear yourself, and you can understand why.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, my internet sucks. Have a great show. Go
All right,
Sox.
World Series on. All right, sorry, Doink. Hopefully, you get that figured out, and we can get you back on. So, actually, I think this is probably a first. It's just you and me.
It is a
finishing
first.
finishing up the show. So, fantastic series. Native Valdi had a 5-inning shutout win yesterday. Complete game. Fantastic. What else do we really have to talk about? I mean, there's only so many different ways we can talk about this team sucking ass this year.
I actually have a positive question for you.
Okay.
Top 3 favorite moments from this shitty season.
So my number. Should I go 3-1 or 1-3?
I was gonna go 3-1.
All right, so 3-1. I'd have to go Garrett Cole. His response to how do you plan on dealing with Devers in the future, and he's like, I'm open to suggestions. That's definitely a top one for me. Number 2, I do have to say, like, I met these two guys. I went to a doubleheader early in the season against the Orioles, and they were Orioles fans, and they jokingly were calling something every time somebody got on base for the Orioles, they would say wheels because they would like outrun the throw or whatever. Meeting those two, I've chatted with one of them before, and I apologize, but I don't remember their names. That was pretty cool to meet them. Right up in there. Number 2 is going to be actually 2 or 3 things. I got to meet Schreiber outside of Fenway, and I got to meet Zach Kelly up in Toronto while he was walking to the bullpen. We got to chat for a little bit. That was pretty cool.
Did he recognize you when you saw him?
He didn't recognize me, but when I saw him, I said, "Hey, Zach," and he was like, "How the fuck does anybody know who I am?" You know, I'm new to this team and I've never been to Toronto. You know, but I was just like, "Hey, it's Brad from the Pasky Report," and he walked over and he started chatting with me. We only chatted for about 5, maybe 10 minutes, and it was pretty cool. The funniest part of it is there was a whole group of people off to the left of me, and I'm in the stands and he's down in the not the bullpen. It was the walkway in the back of the bullpen. And I'm talking to him, and then after I'm done talking to him, everybody's looking at me "Oh, how do you know this guy?" You know. So that was pretty cool. Actually meeting Bradfo for the first time, that was pretty cool. I think my favorite part of the season, though, was the fact that it was actually before the season too. We signed Trevor Story.
It's solid top 3. I actually really like that.
What about you?
My top 3 would be at 3. My favorite part of this shitty season at 3 would be joining this podcast. I really like it here. It's meant a lot to me. And thank you, Brad. Just want to say thank you.
Don't think great.
And number two would be the Trevor Story grand slam against Seattle when Johnny Gomes caught the ball.
Yeah, that was pretty badass. Doing the fucking with the truffle shuffle or whatever it was.
Yeah. And then my favorite moment, that it was just because it was unexpected, was Brian Bayo getting promoted and absolutely seeing him start to shove.
Didn't he? He started the season in high A.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all these people who were shitting on him dude, he started the season in high A. Like, calm the fuck down. Like, he's got shit he's got to work on. But I mean, he came in, he ended the season on a high note, and he did good. So I like yours as well.
Yeah, I was just
go ahead.
just really exciting to see Bayo go from A all the way to the majors in 1 year, because you really don't see that a lot.
No. I mean, he was shoving in single A, double A, triple A, and they were just like, well, we have to give him something, and he comes up to the majors, and he's got some growing pains to go through, So hopefully he comes back next season, and it becomes he has better outings and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, but so speaking of you and being a part of this podcast, great having you on. It was, awesome working with you and whatnot. We've got some like special stuff going on. We're going to start doing in the off season, hopefully. And we're really working behind the scenes. We're going to start cranking out some stuff behind the scenes. We've got a ton. I've said it a ton of times before.
I'm sorry.
Am I breaking up too?
No, you just said cranking out, and Reese McGuire's on the team.
I mean,
I'm 5. Okay, relax.
We're cranking one out. But we got a lot of stuff going on, and hopefully everybody listens to us during the off season and checks us out. We're gonna have some good content, hopefully for you. We got a ton of players who are coming on. We've got one I'm trying to work on right now. I'm not going to mention who it is, but I'm really, really, really hoping that we can get somebody who's on the major league team, who's been on the team for a couple of years now, and we're trying to do it, and hopefully we hear something back. Yeah, so I don't even think we need to talk about the series.
No,
because we all know that they swept. I want Ecks back. I don't want him to leave.
Me either.
I really don't. Like Maz wasn't nearly as bad as I thought he was going to be, but like having Maz instead of Ecks is going to piss a lot of people off.
They got to replace him with like Middlebrooks or Uke. They have to.
I just don't think Maz meshes.
I just don't like Maz, to be honest with you.
Like, I'm not a big fan of Maz. He was, when they announced him being on the show, on the broadcast team, I was like, well, this is bullshit, But now knowing that what he did throughout the season, I could live with it again. But if I have to live through Maz and just Maz and OB, I'm like, I don't know.
Away broadcasts?
Just end it.
It's a little deep, but okay.
I don't like OB.
He just, like you said earlier, he has no enthusiasm at all.
I think he would be better if he was a national, like, 100%. He was a national broadcaster. I don't think he's good as just, hey, you're going to be just this team. So... And what sucks now is that, like, we'll still hear him if we watch college football.
Yep.
Which absolutely fucking sucks. So, all right. Well, you got anything else that you'd like to talk about before we end the episode?
I'm all set.
To everybody out there, I just want to say, as the Pest Report as a whole, we want to thank you for listening to us throughout the season. It's always a pleasure for us to talk to each other. It's a hobby that we all love to do. It's fun. We get really frustrated like everybody else does. And so, like, you want to interact with us, definitely shoot us some messages. Tell us we suck, whatever. It's always fun to talk with you guys. Just I hope everybody enjoyed what we have done the past 2 seasons. And like I said, we've got a lot of stuff coming up in the offseason, and hopefully we got some new stuff coming up in the 2023 season. For myself and Tim, good night.
See
Have a
ya.
good one. Adios. Whatever.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Pesky Report. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a review.
Thank you for listening to this Belly Up Sports Podcast Network product. Some said we go belly up, so we made it our name, and we're still here.